Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to One Piece chapter 1103. But before that, let's talk a little bit about last chapter, 1102. So we saw that the Bonnie pirates were just going around trying to find Kuma. And then we see that Kuma did get close to them, or rather, they got close to him at least a few times, but he'd always just, leave before they could catch him. Because, the threat from the world government against Bonnie is definitely something that could very well. He took it very seriously, let's say it. So yeah, he did everything in his power to avoid her. Then we see Luffy. But yeah, we see a little bit of like big pre-time skip events in the story regarding Luffy and other characters' perspective on it, but specifically Kuma's. And first we get to see Luffy's first bounty when he defeated Arlong. Then we see Sabo talking with Dragon, and Dragon is like, "Oh, where's he headed next? Lockdown? Okay. I need to know who's the one in charge of it." And then he stole the smoker. And he's like, well, we don't really see him say it, but he's basically like, "Oh, okay. Now that I know, I gotta head there real quick so that I can help him out." But it is interesting that, of all things, granted it's because, it was the last stop before the Grand Line, but it's still the only freaking time in the story that we've seen Dragon appear in front of Luffy. So it's like, of all the that makes it seem like there's so many times, but from all the times that Luffy wasn't able to defeat an opponent, this was the one that Dragon chose to go to. Interesting. But yeah, it shows that, as if, or for, the people like me that didn't get, what he meant in 100, in 1101. Now this definitely shows that Dragon does care. He just, he just can't get himself to actually show his relationship with Luffy. Granted, this is obviously all the past since in Marineford, I think it was Sengoku who told everyone that Luffy is Dragon's blood-related son. So there's there's no longer a real need to hide from Luffy, but he still does. He has no intentions to actually go and meet him. So even though Luffy is pretty much one of the most wanted people in the world now, being a Yonko and all that. Then we get Ace fanboying about his little brother getting a bounty, and Jinbei reacting to it by being, very skeptical that that's how it actually happened. Which, I wonder how Jinbei felt about, Arlong's demise. Which, until now, we still have no clue what the hell happened to Arlong after that. He could have been thrown an impel down, but it's weird that we didn't see him at all during that arc. And I doubt that he actually got killed, but it's weird. Like, no one acknowledges, what could Arlong be doing at this moment? Unless, everyone assumes something in universe, but we, the audience, are never told what that could be. But then we have Kuma also reacting to the bounty. And then we have the bunny pirates setting rules for themselves. And then we have this panel of Bunny putting on makeup for the first time. And we see her already uh, with the ring. Yes, yeah, like under her eye. So her dad could recognize her. Then we see Kuma looking at the clones, the pacifista. And then he tells Vegapunk about Luffy. And yeah, this is also when he recognizes, like, he sounds just like my idol, Nika. But other than that, we don't get like a full, a bigger moment of him recognizing that and what that could imply. And just, there's no, big moment of like, wow, this could be it, The guy that would bring liberation to all. It's just more like, he could be. But, it's, 1 in a million chance. Then we get the events of Thriller Bark from Kuma's perspective, which was really cool. And I already talked about how much I love this scene, so I'm not gonna spend time on it. But yeah, I don't think he ever had the intention of ever killing Luffy here. Though, I don't think he shared the same intentions towards Zoro. I do think that like he did that. He did the pain bubble, and he was like, yeah, he could die from this. So if he dies, he dies. Although it was also a test. And he saw, like he has very loyal people and just everyone that believes in him and cares for him. Then we get to Shabondi or Sabodi, and we see that, well, I didn't recognize it last chapter, but that Dendemushi looks like it could be Sengoku telling him about, you gotta come to the war. And then we see the bunny pirates just hanging out at the Sabodi archipelago. Probably right as the Straw Hats were. No, okay, yeah, no, this was when the Straw Hats were at the auction house. And he was just basically in his mind saying goodbye to Bonnie while he was looking at her outside of the restaurant window. And that tugs at my heartstrings for sure. And then, yeah, Kuma figures out what's the ruckus happening in regards to Luffy punching a Celestial Dragon. Then he heads there, but he doesn't act at all because he sees them when they're all fighting inside there. He only waits until Kizaru arrives and the pacifista are brought out. But yeah, he shares, even though it was with good intentions, he also, like other antagonists at the time, they were like, you're not ready yet for the new world. But with this, though, you'll be able to get ready for it. Although it is interesting that, we saw Kuma visit a lot of the places that he sent the Straw Hats to, but we didn't see at all how he knew Amazon Lily. Like, we didn't see him visit it, and we didn't see him meet Hancock. So, and why did he think that Luffy needed to go there? Why was that, an island that was specific for him? Not just, what he would, the connection that he would make with Hancock, and then later on that would facilitate him getting into Impel Down. I don't know if Kuba would have had that kind of foresight. So yeah, curious if we're ever going to find that out. But yeah, then we see him just, make everyone disappear. And even though he sees, the way that Luffy's reacting to all this with complete despair, Kuma can't really tell any one of them his reasons. So even though, at the time it felt like Kuma is basically, the enemy that has wiped out the Straw Hat crew, he was doing it because he just wanted them to not die. So, yeah, this was definitely the better option. You will someday save the world. And then we get Vegapunk arguing with Senshi Garcia again. So, yeah, I'm surprised Vegapunk, you can really tell that he was very attached to Kuma. For him to get, disargumentative? No. You know what I mean. Like, talk back like that to a celestial dragon. But yeah, and then he talks about, like a switch that could be done. Yeah. I've invented a circuit for the brain that allows one to switch between two states of consciousness. Like a split personality. Now, obviously, he gets told to not do that. But I wonder if Vegapunk actually did it anyway. It just hit it very well. That could be a way that we could bring back Kuma. So there's that, gotta keep that in the back of the head. And then Vegapunk starts taking away just Kuma's free will to make him a full-on android, basically. And then Kuma makes a bubble of his memory so that Vegapunk can analyze them. And then he talks to him about Luffy. And he's like, I know Nika is meant to be a legend, but it'd be really great if there really was a warrior out there putting smiles on faces. The rhythm of liberation, the rhythm I taught Bonnie. No, if there is a hero out there that will change the seas one day, I believe it'll be him. Kuma putting all his beliefs and hopes in Luffy. I love that. I love that so much. It's wild that it took, that just, even though, I don't know. I would have to check. Actually, I was gonna say, it's not such a long backstory. But no, now that I think about it, with being here, definitely, like around 8 chapters. Regardless, in the big scheme of things, it's not that many chapters. So, it didn't take long for me to put Kuma high up on my favorites list. Like, of course, for me, the Straw Hats will always be top 10. And after that, that's when other characters can be added. And Kuma is most definitely now in the top 15. But yeah, we see basically like a montage of all the people that love him and care for him as he runs, and we see him go through the stages in his life as he goes from kid to adult. And then just Vegapunk completely losing composure and just, crying so much. And this is when I lost it so last time, so I'm not gonna linger too much on it, but it was really beautiful. Easily my favorite chapter. Well, okay, I don't know the whole chapter. It was a really good chapter. But this last 3 pages definitely is my favorite sequence in the whole arc so far. I don't know if will be able to top that. But it's all that you never know. So with that, let's get into 103. Oh, we have all the jump characters in dragon mode? Question mark. And maybe it's like is 2024 the year of the dragon? Maybe so they're celebrating New Year. Luffy looks really cute like that, as well as Deku. But yeah, everyone is doing, in very different dragon costumes, depending on how the cuteness, depending on the mangaka's art style. But yeah, let's start. Oh, yo, a color page spread with just Straw Hats and Yamato. Interesting in love. What's Blood doing there? He's not really official Straw Hat. Like, yeah, Luffy told Yamato, Kinemon, and Momo, if they want to ride the seas with the Straw Hats, they'll come back for them anytime. But still, it's a little weird that, Yamato didn't actually go there and, get on the Sunny with them to the next island for the rest of the story, like Jinbe already has. So this feels a little, Is Oda trying to say that we are actually gonna go back for him? Or is this just, being a little, not self-indulgent, but like basically telling the fans, like I haven't forgotten about Yamato's acceptance that he got from Luffy to being like, yeah, you are welcome here to join whenever you're ready. So, interesting. I just know some people might have gotten super hyped about that, but I'm just like, okay, I see you. Bonnie finally knows. Okay, the title is I'm So Sorry, Daddy. That's, that's not very... okay, are we gonna get another heavy episode? Is Bonnie's not dying? Come on now, right? Okay, so I have been spoiled about this chapter. It's just, it was a bit unescapable, a bit this time. And I know that Kuma is actually going to arrive in Egghead. Other than that, I have no context for that. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, Bonnie, you saw everything? I did. Now I really done it. I broke my promise with Chikuma. I'm guessing this was the day before. Well, she changed into her true form to hug him. And that's so sweet. I'm sorry, Vegapunk. Yeah, because she had been blaming him all this time for something that, it wasn't something that he ordered. Or that, he did. It was something... Well, he did, but, this was done because of something that he wanted to do. But at the end of the day, he tried his hardest for this to not have happened. What's that? A gift Kuma left with me for your 10th birthday. From Dad? That's great. A sapphire necklace, how pretty. Aww. I haven't even noticed if she had it on prior to going into the flashback. It looks like the sun. I'll treasure it forever. Oh, right, the sun. I thought it was a flower. That makes more sense. He said it's a protective charm. Honestly, though, it's hard to believe what that kid has only become after only 2 years. Oh, a straw hat. So he's the son of Dad's old buddy, right? Indeed, I was stunned when you both showed up together. Fate is a strange thing. A lot has happened on Egghead while you've been in that room. The Straw Hat crew saved me just now, in fact. I'll explain everything. We can meet up with them when things have calmed down. Okay. I'm sorry for everything, Bunny. Now you know how worthless I am. A mere scientist for hire following his orders. You're wrong. The real villain is... And yeah, now we get fully into the present. The guy that is crushing her with his hand is him. The present Egghead, New World. Oh man, it's been so long since we've been here, but I'm so ready for this you know, circumstances to keep going. Jewelry Bunny the pirate, your father Kuma is truly dead. Damn it, why can't I move? Bunny! Food, someone give me food! Oh, yo, Luffy's not looking too good. He was able to force himself back into Gear 5 during Wano, but I guess that's not gonna happen here. Neat. I would if I could, but my body... Vegapunk's bodyguard is in custody. I repeat, we got Sentomaru. Sentomaru-kun, Bonnie. Oh, bro, now that we have more context on, Kisaru's relationship with Vegapunk and Kuma and Bonnie, and how all of them basically were all buddies together as Kuma was first getting his modifications and Bonnie was getting her cure. Man, I'm guessing, yeah. Now I truly get how hurt Kisaru must be to follow these orders. Any word on the status of things up there? We can't confirm the situation since commodores and below aren't allowed to approach. A siege involving an emperor? It'll be a miracle if there are no casualties. The scale is bigger than the Ohara incident. Please be safe, Dr. Vegapunk. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Assuming there's still a trace of Kuma in there, where would his instincts take him, Eva? If it was me, I would storm Marijua for some payback. I mean, he did go to Marijua, but we don't really know why. But as we know, Kuma is different. I mean, we know. But that doesn't change the fact that he still went to Marijua. If I'm gonna get killed here anyway, then... Distorted future. Nika-ish? Nika? Ooh, that's not good that you said that. Future. What the? I suddenly feel weak again. Why? What? So you too know that name. You really are his daughter. That being said, you don't fully understand its meaning. It seems she hasn't drawn the connection between Nika and the Straw Hat's new white form. I don't think she's seen it, but I could be wrong, though, and misremembering something. Why did she feel weak when she tried to punch him, though? It's not... They're little... Senshi Garcia isn't using Kairoseki, right? How pathetic. Where did that food come from? Who is responsible for this? Oh, someone give him food. Good. Put him in sea stone cuffs immediately. I don't know why he didn't do that while he was weak as all hell. Get him! Oh, Kisaru managed to sit down, but he's still not moving. So I'm gonna guess this is like he's basically giving himself the perfect excuse to actually, remain not neutral, but like, not attacking his former buddies. What's with this geezer? I can't even change his age. Oh, her fruit is not working on him. Bunny, you owe that power of yours to me. Huh? Let's keep going. We conducted experiments to determine whether extract infusions could grant a baby an ability without feeding them the fruit normally. Yeah, okay. Okay. First, I'm so freaking glad that there's now an explanation why we didn't actually see Bunny eat the fruit, you know? Some people were like, oh, all I didn't do it because, we can all assume that's what happened. But no, it was so weird. Whenever we've actually gotten a character when they get a devil fruit power, we actually do see it. With the exception of when Blackbeard got the Gura Gura no Mi. We are like that. It could have been so easy to actually show it. So why didn't Oda do it? And here's the reason. What? You can grant a baby an ability without feeding them the fruit normally. How does that work? Did Vegapunk have anything to do with it? When did they do it? I'm guessing before Genie brought her back to the church and died. And the fruit only started to show signs of, of being eaten until after a certain age. Oh man. Bunny's reaction to that information, yeah. Yeesh. Just one more way to make celestial dragons be complete bastards. It was a success, but the fruit itself is useless now. What do you mean? Its ability can transform you into a state that matches any future perceived to be possible. So basically, it does have the properties of the HH fruit, but she wasn't actually given it. Interesting. Wow, okay. I never, I knew there was going to be a significance with her fruit in regards to how she came upon it, but this was not what I had no idea this is how it was going to be. But that means the possibilities became limited as your future becomes more certain, as you uncover the truth. Oh, wow, so that's how it works. So I was thinking it could have been unlimited because of her imagination. But no, it had to do with, the passage of time. Nika is just an impossible myth you wanted to believe in. Nika is real. I've been looking for him to save Dad ever since you turned him into your cyborg slave. Yet your sudden weakening proves you're starting to doubt whether his existence is possible. Oh, so that's why she felt weakened. Your father just passed on a worthless buccaneer legend. He once told me he wanted to save people just like Nika. Your mother being brought to the Holy Land to be wife number 8 is ironic, really. She ended up being part of my drug experiments. Oh, so Saint J. Garcia, this guy, she was actually the wife for him. Okay. I was thinking, just because we've gotten so much of him in this flashback doesn't necessarily mean he was the one. But okay, we got the confirmation. She ended up being part of my drug experiments. Like the other failures, she developed sapphire skill. So she developed that because they experimented on her. Okay. I knew the results were poor, but to think the condition passed on to her child as well. What? Oh, whoa. Crash? Whoa. There was explosion, but we only seeing it from a distance. Something landed over there. But everything, it was all you. Yeah. Because up until now, even us, we only knew for sure that it was, Seiji Garcia responsible for Kuma losing his free will and, his memories and everything. But we didn't know how linked he was with Jeannie's tragedy. And, then also Bonnie's. Experiments? How dare you, Saturn? Those sapphire scales tore Kuma's family apart. They're the reason he threw his life away. You used it as a bargaining chip when you were the one responsible? Of course you would. Look at it from my perspective. Do you comprehend the feelings of the insects you step on? Of course not. Man, he's so freaking evil! There's not a single shred of decency in this guy. Oh man, Bonnie's just crying again. I don't blame her. Oh, yeah, okay, there's Kuma. Is it a pacifista? No, look at his palms. He has paws. This is an urgent report from the southwest coast. The ex-warlord of the sea, Bartholomew Kuma, has made it landfall. He's heading straight for the center of the island. Our authority chip commands aren't working. We can't stop him. I'm really curious, if there's truly no desire within him, how come he made a stop first at Marijua? Like, that seems to be such a weird coincidence. At first, it was because, there must have been a chip that the Celestial Dragons put on him to, like, go back if someone tried to retrieve him, like his comrades. But no, I don't think that's the case. Otherwise, why would he leave? Plus, he was wreaking havoc over there. And now he's come to the island where he lost his memories and everything. He's heading straight for the center of the island. Our authority chip commands aren't working. We can't stop them. And Seiji Garcia looks confused. What a fiasco. How could Kuma possibly be here? I can't hold on. I'm so scared. He's here? How? I stop and fire at will. Yes, sir. I can't force myself to speak anymore. Daddy, it feels like my heart is shattering. Honestly, this is too much for anyone, really. Just everything that Bonnie has learned in the span of, like, less than 24 hours is just, like, that would break an adult. I can't imagine a 12-year-old trying to deal with everything that's happening and what has happened all at once. I open fire. Don't stop till you're out of ammo. At this point, I think I'd be better off dead. This is it. Oh, this freaking hurts. Oh, fuck. She's saying the exact same thing that I think Kuma's dad told him. Okay, yep. We're back to the present, but it's still depressing. I'm so sorry, Daddy. Man, the fact it's everything that has happened, all that has happened for this child to be asking for death, basically. Like, that would be better than to keep on living. Oof. Oof. So it's too much, man. All that shrieking is unbearably noisy, you insufferable wife. Blow her head off. So they're aiming to shoot her in the head. And then... boom. I'm so sorry, Daddy. And then Sanjay Garcia actually let her go and fall to the ground. Oof. Stop. Oh, he's about to step on her and probably crush her. You fought really hard for me to leave, but I just can't muster the will to continue on. Oh. He actually put himself between her and Sanjay Garcia. Man, even like this, Kuma's still protecting her. Daddy! Yeah, he doesn't seem to be able to speak. But somehow he's still doing the impossible. It's Bartholomew Kuma! Oh, man, she turned back into her true form again. Just crying and sobbing. And then Kuma is about to punch Sanjay Garcia. A father's fury. Ooh, I love that. I love that little note there at the end. A father's fury indeed. Even if, I don't know how he's doing it, but he seems to be being led by instinct somehow or something. But yeah, even though he should not be able to feel emotions, he definitely looks like he's pissed off. Also, gotta say, this panel of Kuma, like the penultimate panel of the whole chapter, looks amazing with the motion blur kind of thing to showcase the speed that he's going at. Really good. Man, I thought, because I know where we left off, but I was like, surely Luffy's gonna be able to go back to Gear 5 in a pinch and then, save Bonnie. But with all the revelations that we got this chapter, with, Jay Garcia being the one, the one that, did all those things to Ginny. It's so fucked up. And then just Bonnie just giving up is just very heartbreaking. Oh, man. This is making me emotional just really thinking about the chapter. So yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it, but I really hope that Bonnie will be able to live a happy life after this. Like, hopefully the Straw Hats will be able to help in her recovery like they've done for many others in the past. But yeah, this is a lot. Egghead arc, man, has been so big. Like there's other stuff like the beginning was a little slow in parts, and when we were getting to like the who's the traitor, um, but there's so much amazing stuff now that once we start to really focus on Bonnie and Kuma. Uh, so yeah, uh, what do you want me to say? Like, I just there's not much I can say, but I do feel I do feel so much for these characters, specifically Bonnie right now. But hopefully, you know, considering it was alluded to, that there will be uh, at least a little bit of a chance to turn Kuma to the way that he was before Marineford. So yeah, we'll see what we can do about that. Now, how will this like actually like the physical situation here? How will we get out of this? I guess just escape, but with everything that is happening now, it feels so uh, so difficult to actually see the Straw Hats and Bonnie and the Vegapunks just be able to escape after this and not just see Jay Garcia and the rest of all the Marines here just not following them to their next island. So yeah, that's also something that we gotta think about. But yeah, this was my reaction to chapter 1103. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.